For old men, average age 65 plus. No masks, no guns. And they stole $20 million from London's most secure vault. This is the world's most unbelievable grandpa heist. London, a city that never truly sleeps, was unusually quiet on the night of April 2nd, 2015. Streets were empty, offices closed, and the long Easter weekend had just begun. But deep below the surface, in the heart of the city's Diamond District, a group of old men was preparing for something that would make headlines across the world. These were not young thieves with masks, not tech-savvy hackers, not a dangerous mafia. They were elderly men, some with bad knees, others with heart conditions, and a few who could barely carry heavy tools without losing breath. Yet they were about to attempt the boldest burglary in British history. Their target? Hatton Garden's Safe Deposit Company, a vault known for holding millions in diamonds, gold, jewelry, and luxury items. A vault protected by thick concrete walls, electronic alarms, and years of reputation. But for these aging criminals, this wasn't just a vault. It was the final challenge of their lives.
The leader of the operation was Brian Reeder, aged 76. He was known as the mastermind, a man with decades of experience in London's underworld. He walked with a stick, but his mind was sharp. His team included John Kenny Collins, 74, the lookout man; Terry Perkins, 67, expert at dodging alarms; Danny Jones, 58, skilled with tools and drilling equipment; several younger associates in their 40s and 50s. These men were not random criminals. They were legends, retired thieves who once ruled the London crime scene. But life had changed. They were old, broke, and forgotten by society. Except Brian. He still had a dream. One last heist. One last big score. One final job to end their criminal careers with a legacy. For months, the men studied every detail of the building. They analyzed security patterns, timed guard visits, tracked police patrol routes, and planned a perfect entry point. They acquired a powerful industrial diamond drill, the Hilti DD350. This tool was capable of cutting through extremely hard concrete. The plan was dangerous. The risk was high, but their excitement was even higher. The heist begins. On April 2nd, the men arrived disguised as workmen, reflective jackets, gloves, helmets, toolboxes, everything. They acted confidently, knowing that no one questions workers during holidays. They entered the building through a shared main entrance, shut off the elevator, climbed down the shaft, and reached the basement leading to the vault. But the moment they tried to access the vault corridor, the alarm was triggered. A silent alarm. They froze. Would police arrive immediately? Would everything end right here? Minutes passed, then more minutes, then half an hour. Nobody came. A security guard checked the front entrance, saw nothing wrong, and left. He didn't check the basement. The grandpas smiled. Luck was on their side. Danny Jones and others began drilling into the wall, a 20-inch thick reinforced concrete barrier. The drill roared for hours. Dust filled the air. Sweat poured down their faces. Their age slowed them, but their determination pushed them forward. Finally, they created a circular hole big enough to slide through. Inside the vault, hundreds of safe deposit boxes were neatly arranged. Each one belonged to wealthy clients, jewelers, businessmen, and collectors. The old men smashed open 73 boxes, filling bags with gemstone diamonds, money bag cash, mantelpiece clock watches, ring gold jewelry, prayer beads, precious stones, page facing up personal valuables. The final estimated haul? Nearly 14 million pounds. The men exited the same way, carrying heavy bags up the elevator shaft. They were exhausted, sore and sweating, but thrilled. They believed they had just executed the perfect heist. The mistakes that destroyed everything. But the next 48 hours turned their victory into disaster. They argued about how to divide the loot. Some wanted more. Some wanted to cut out other members. Some didn't trust the leader. They met repeatedly in cafes and pubs to discuss the shares. And they talked loudly. Too loudly. Meanwhile, the police found several clues inside the vault. DNA on tools, footprints, fiber evidence. And the biggest mistake of all, CCTV footage. The cameras had captured the men walking in and out of the building, their faces, their bodies, their clothing. They appeared slow, tired, stumbling, clearly older men, which shocked investigators. For weeks, police placed them under surveillance. They watched them meet, watched them fight, watched them joke about the heist. The moment the case was strong enough, they arrested the entire gang. The courtroom was filled with shock as the gang appeared. Gray hair, walking sticks, hearing aids, medical bracelets. But beneath that fragile appearance were men responsible for one of the boldest burglaries of all time. They were sentenced to prison, though their age softened public opinion. The Hatton Garden heist remains legendary because it was perfectly planned. It was executed by senior citizens. It challenged modern security, and it proved that ambition has no age limit. Some of the stolen items were recovered, but many disappeared forever. Even today, nobody knows where certain diamonds ended up, and maybe no one ever will.